Parliament votes today on whether to force companies to appoint more women to the boardroom. Angela Merkel's plan has been criticized by heads of German industry. They say they should be free to appoint whoever they think is best qualified for the job and not just fill quotas. The chancellor wants Germany's biggest companies to allocate at least 30% of the seats on their supervisory boards to women. According to the economy ministry, women now fill only 22% of supervisory board seats in Germany. To discuss the proposal, I'm joined by Sabrina Schaefer, who's the executive director of the Independent Women's Forum. Sabrina, thank you so much for being with us today. What do you make of the plan? What's your reaction to the plans, or this plan, rather? Are quotas the right remedy?
They're not, and it's interesting that Angela Merkel has taken this route because she, in years past, has been opposed to this because she knows that this will not actually help women. What they're trying to do is to legislate parity in the workplace, on corporate boards, and we have to ask who will be helped and what will the lasting impact be. And if you look at other countries like Norway in Europe who have taken similar approaches, we find that there's real financial strain and a real sort of psychological impact that this will have on women.
But clearly people feel something has to be done. What is the better way? How can companies or a country effectively get more women managers on the board? And why aren't we closer to parity on that?
Sure. Well, for starters, I think it's important to recognize just how valuable women are to the workplace here at home in America, as well as in countries like Germany, where women are continually outpacing men educationally, professionally, even financially at certain points in their lives. And so we have to realize that businesses that have more women actually have higher bottom lines. There's a lot of incentives for businesses to want more women. But what we also have to consider is that men and women are different and that we make different choices, we have different preferences and aptitudes. That's okay. And that a country like Germany might want to consider allowing government to step out of the boardroom, give businesses greater freedom and choice to hire the very best people, and I think we'll see that women will move up the corporate ladder.
Nobody wants to talk about it. When you're saying different choices, are you talking about the fact that women are hurt by the fact that they have to take time out to have children if they choose to do so? And shouldn't we just be clear about that and making things more flexible if that is the barrier to getting women at the top?
Yeah, and I think that it's so important to sort of recognize this. First of all, I don't think that women are hurt by it. I like to be careful. I'm a working mom. I have 3 young children. I think it's a wonderful thing, and I think that lots and lots of women want to enjoy both what they experience in the professional world as well as at home. But we do have to realize that women do take a step out of the workplace more often than men do, and this is exactly what happened when Norway tried to impose these similar kinds of quotas back in 2003. What happened was a lot of businesses sort of hurried to comply. And what they did was they put on a lot of younger, less experienced women, and businesses really suffered. Many businesses dropped between 2.5 and 5 points in terms of their company value. Other businesses fled the country altogether, and we're seeing similar signs that will happen in Germany. So I think we want to sort of have that nice balance that, look, women, we may never have parity, and we have to sort of come to terms with that and say that's not necessarily a bad thing. What we want to make sure is that we give women the greatest opportunity and freedom of choice to make the decisions that are right for them.
Absolutely. It's complicated. I think most people would like to see something more done when only 8% are top earners, because unfortunately the pay comes along and power comes along with some of those board seats. So we'd like to even the playing field somehow, but it's going to be perhaps a little complicated to get there. Important to continue to pursue it, and at least Angela Merkel is trying something. Sabrina, thanks so much for joining us. Sabrina Schaefer for us.
Thanks.
Up next, we have the details on yet another round of leaked Sony emails slamming some of Hollywood's finest. You won't want to miss this.